Man, Shadow the Hedgehog is one giant aura farmer. I mean, look at this dude. Anyways, in 2024, Sega decided that it was the year of Shadow, and man was it amazing. We got Superstars DLC, Sonic Movie 3 which focused on Shadow himself, and then they did it. They announced a Sonic Generations port which was alright, but then Holy Peak was announced. Shadow would get his own campaign similar in length to Sonic's, with the stages mostly focused on Shadow's past, and one Black Sheep. Since we already took a look at Sonic's levels, in today's video we will rank every stage in Shadow Generations. So buckle up, find that 4th Chaos Emerald, because I'm about to piss you guys off. I have nothing against Rail Canyon Act 2, I just feel like it's alright, which is a high bar since it's the worst ranked level. That means this game on average has better levels when compared to Sonic Generations. What makes this stage alright is the focus on rails. Since it's in 2D, the grind rails are hella linear, and they're a little too simple for my liking. However, I appreciate the theming and the egg bots that fuck with you throughout the level. They do this by chasing you, blowing up your path as you grind, and yeah. I just feel this level is a lot better in 3D, so unfortunately it lands in C tier. Still a good level though. I hope you love Chaos Spears and Anti-Gravity because this level is filled to the brim with that shit. I find these gimmicks alright, and they do explore them decently. You start on the outside of the arc platforming through these pillars of anti-gravity, and it's kind of fun to do. However, the controls can get clunky. Eventually, you go inside the arc and use the Chaos Spear to hit these pillars to open up your path, which is alright, but it could have been explored more. This stage has excellent theming, and I like the rocket parts that you can freeze whenever. The fact that Act 1 of Rail Canyon is in 3D is enough to bump it up one tier, which is crazy. This stage made a remake of the version of Sonic Heroes. This stage easily could have been bad with dumbed down control of the rail grinding system, but no, this is good. While the grinding is mid, they find ways to make it exciting with bots blowing up the track, or the switches that completely change the path of the rails. You also dose some LSD with Doom's eyeball, which is a pretty fun pace breaker. I like the use of chaos controls this stage as you can stop time before the grind rails get destroyed to achieve some shortcuts, or at the end when the train cars chase you, you can stop time and ignore those ugly bitches. What? They have 2D boost gameplay levels that are good. Sonic 06 was good all along. Nah, I'm just playing, but Kingdom Valley Act 2 is great. It takes its 3D counterpart and makes it a peak 2D level. You run around outside doing crazy tricks with the air rails or whatever the hell they're supposed to be, and it's really fun. At some point, you go inside the castle and have to race against these pillars that are trying to crush you. Unless you have chaos control, then you could just stop them and move along. So that defeats the purpose of it, but it's still cool to explore a ruined castle. Then you go outside and continue the tricks on it. Pause. I love this stage for real. This makes no sense as to why it's in the game, especially since Shadow isn't even in Sonic Frontiers, but it doesn't matter. It's still great. They take one of the 5 overworlds being Chaos Island and perfectly able to turn it into a linear 3D stage, which is fucking crazy they pulled that off. I mean, have you seen some of the stuff they tried to release? This level is exhilarating as you jump through an ancient ruined mountain. I like how the Chaos Spear parts pay homage to the mini platform challenges in Sonic Frontiers. This level has the Doom Morph ability, and despite what some may say, it controls alright and it's fun to swing around with. Shit makes me feel like Spider-Man, which, I mean, I am Spider-Man, but yeah, you could feel like me too. This stage is pretty good. Act 2 of Chaos Island also focuses on the Doom Morph, but I feel it does it better in 2D, since there's less variance of the controls feeling weird. You start in the mountains again, and even go by a volcano that is erupting, which happens in Frontiers, so it's a cool callback. The stage eventually goes inside a temple where you go full Doom Morph mode, and they have these things that the Doom Morph enters that make it move hella fast and like turn corners. It's like a mini turret or something, which is nice since the Doom Morph can feel slow at times. This is one of the best 2D levels in the game, and that's why it gets an A rank. Space Colony Act 1 is the first stage of this game, and I just wanted to give some context as to why it's peak. In the animated prequel series for this game, Shadow gets a strange reading on the Ark and goes up to space to check it out. This stage begins right after that, where he explores the Ark until running into Doom's eyeball. He then proceeds to go on an acid trip through Radical Highway for some reason. Not for real though, this makes no sense. Doom has no reason to create a pocket space of Radical Highway. How does he even know it exists? Anyways, it's still a cool part of this level. Most of the stage is based on Sonic Adventure 2's levels on the Ark being Final Chase and Final Rush. It's a nice callback while still being set in modern times. I like the part where you go inside the Ark and run through the hallways fighting the Proto-Chaos guys from Sonic Adventure 2. This is a great intro for the game, especially since this is where Shadow was like born.
I was born!
What's crazy is that one of the best levels in this game happens to be from one of the worst Sonic games. Kingdom Valley Act 1 hails from Sonic 06, which had great level design, but it's still Sonic 06. Low-key, this video just feels like a hate fest on this, but whatever. This level is just amazing as you explore a ruined kingdom. You do so much, whether it's flying on an eagle or crashing through the windows to go inside a castle. This level is fun from start to beginning. There are so many paths, I still find myself feeling stupid when I discover new ways to traverse this level. This level is also just a good pick for Shadow Generations, as in Sonic 06, this is where Shadow gets jumped and breaks the Scepter of Darkness, unleashing his biggest op and his biggest glazer, Mephiles the Dark. Not for real though, he just like steals his whole appearance and everything. And Mephiles is part of the final boss, Solaris, because it's too complicated, we're not getting into that. At the end of the day, this is my personal favorite stage in the game, and this ranking video can't do it justice. This is what Sonic Forces could have been if it was actually good. Just to take a second to look back, in 2017, I was hella hyped for Sonic Frontiers, as the tone was looking more dramatic than older Sonic games, and the stuff they showed that was new looked alright, but I was ready for it to meet its potential. Then the game came out. The levels were 2 seconds long, and when I finally played the game, I beat it in 2 hours, I'm not joking. That shit was bad. This level took Sunset Heights from the game and made it into what it could have been. It takes similar beats from Forces, but builds on it dramatically. There are completely new sections where you jump on water geysers and go through more of the ruined city. In this version, there are multiple paths that are actually different, like the one where you use Chaos Control to hit boulders being flung by the Death Eggs to reach a higher and faster path. You also take more acid, so that's a plus. Overall, this stage low-key leaves me sad as I realize Forces could have been peak if Sega took their time and locked in. Speaking of meeting missed potential, Act 2 of Sunset Heights further expands on what I already mentioned. First off, the vibe switch by adding rain is just a really nice touch, and it shows you can reuse an area while still making it look different. One thing I can appreciate from this level is the fact that the whole time the Death Egg robots are preying on your downfall. I mean, they just sit there and blow up platforms that make the platforming more challenging, and sometimes they just punch at you for no reason like you're Geno Smith. I like how it focuses on the underground sewer portion as well, being a callback to classic Sonic's part of Sunset Heights, but just expanding it hella. Sega was able to correct the mistake of Sonic Forces and show they could still make banger levels. Let's hope they continue down this path. I know these both are different, but I'm going to put them both in S tier, so I might as well talk about them both at once. The first stage starts off similarly to Radical Highway and Sonic Adventure 2 until once again, you drop more acid and the city starts tweaking. Everything looks like a Doctor Strange movie and you finally get to go wing mode, so the level design is batshit insane with like angles changing or you flying while pieces of building are thrown at your head. In the second one you have mini boss fights with these big aliens that shoot tornadoes out as you run towards them, to then shit on them. So how do you feel about that? In the story, Doom controls this dimension, which it makes no sense as the only reason Shadow knows about it is he was running from Gun. He didn't even have time to take in the scenery or anything. And it has nothing to do with Doom. A level like Black Comet would have made more sense, but I love how they executed this level. They took the inspiration of the original level and turned it from 1 to 11. This level can be challenging at times, but that makes it more fun. While playing it for this video, I found I wanted to continue to play it to improve my times and rank. Great ending levels. Also, they both are 3D, which makes them consistently peak. Anyways, that was my ranking of every stage in Shadow Generations. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments down below. I would like to know what you guys want to see from me. Anyways, with all that aside, it's been your boy Swimpy. Have a great day. Goodbye.